We have 4 acts who are coming in. They have volunteered and given their time to Salute. We're hoping any funds raised would go 100% back into Salute to help and support our veterans in the local area. If we have to support outside of the local area, we're also open to that as well. So this whole benefit is just focused on us being able to support our veterans. It's just continuing to grow, and I think a big thing that a lot of people jump on board with is that nobody in our organization's paid. Everybody who does what we do in our organization does it because they want to. Everybody's a volunteer, and so a lot of organizations and stuff see that and they love that.
Every veteran has a story of sacrifice, courage, humor, and heartache. Each week, Veteran Story Hour captures these remarkable stories firsthand in the voices of those who've served. Recorded live from the weekly Friday brunch in the Saluda, Virginia studio in Waynesboro, this is more than a podcast. It's a living history, preserving the legacy of America's heroes. You're listening to Veteran Story Hour, Voices of Valor, presented by Saluda, Virginia. Let's begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of Veteran Story Hour is a little different, and that's exactly why I wanted to share it. We recorded this one live back in December at the Foundry inside Basic City Beer Company in Waynesboro, Virginia, during the annual Saluda, Virginia Christmas benefit. And while we're releasing it a few months later than we normally would, the conversations you're about to hear are the kind that don't lose relevance with time. That night was about music, community, and meaningful giving, all in support of local veterans across Virginia. Throughout the evening, we sat down with a rotating group of guests, each representing a different way our community is showing up for those who served. You'll hear from a group of students connected to JMU, James Madison University's Empowerment 3 program, who are all working directly with veterans through wellness initiatives, mentorship, and suicide prevention. You'll hear from Jason, an Army veteran and member of Salute, who helps lead an annual veterans hunting retreat held at the Lodestar Mountain Inn in West Virginia, a retreat built around connection, shared experience, and time away made possible through an incredible partnership. And you'll hear from Saluda, Virginia's very own Leah Hale, who shares the heart behind this Christmas benefit, the growth of the organization, and why community-driven support continues to matter so much. This episode isn't about what happened that night. It's about what continues to happen when people decide to support veterans, not just with words, but with action. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Veteran Story Hour.
All right, well, we have a very cool podcast that we're bringing everybody today because we are here at the Foundry for a Christmas benefit event that's being ran here in Waynesboro, Virginia. And we are going to have a rotating set of guests with Zach and I today. And our first guests are 3 lovely ladies. And ladies, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name's Sammy.
My name is Sophie.
My name's Elena.
And ladies, what do we do? Why are we here? Why are we here at the Salute Christmas benefit event?
So we're here supporting veterans. What we specifically do is work out of Empowerment 3, which is a wellness and physical activity center for the underserved. And we have a grant to work alongside veterans and hopefully promote wellness for them.
How long have you guys been doing this?
Well, so Empowerment 3 has been a center at JMU for almost over 10 years now, but our new veterans grant just started this year, so we're partnering with the Saluda, Virginia to help get our initiative started and help them further their mission as well.
Zach, have you guys had any experience with them up until this point?
We met you guys, a couple months ago at the motorcycle ride, the suicide prevention ride in Bridgewater.
So our director, Dr. Moran, decided to apply for this grant through the Department of Veteran Services. And I was about to graduate from JMU, a degree in psychology, and he kind of turned to me because the whole goal of this grant is suicide prevention. And that's something that I'm interested in and definitely want to help people out with. And so we offer wellness programs. Typically how it works is someone gets a mentor and they get to do different activities. They can sign up for anything from like Fitness for All, where it's they're in a gym kind of working out. They get individualized workout plans, to aquatics, where they're in like the pool, learning how to swim, getting comfortable with the water. And then we also have our occupation and education piece.
So our occupation and education piece is aimed towards anyone who might be looking for job support, financial support, or help finding those resources within, your guys' VA stuff. We've had people ask us about their GI Bills and how to utilize that, especially like if they're interested in doing classes at JMU. And the last piece is our worth piece.
Our worth piece is more of the part that's focused on mental wellness, I would say. That's kind of how we tie into the suicide risk, the opioid use, things like that. And that we have a couple different opportunities. We're looking at doing like a mentorship, so veterans will have the opportunity to pair up with a college student and then eventually work their way up and mentor other veterans.
Basically, the worth piece is just an opportunity for veterans who are interested in giving back to the community in a different way.
And also working on like social connection and having social events for them to like, meet other people in the community that they maybe haven't met before.
I mean, as a veteran myself, I can tell you one of the first things that happens is like when you get out of the military, you isolate, and it's just natural. It's just what we do. And then kind of to come out of that, to have somewhere to go or like some program to help you do that is a great thing. And even though like sometimes it comes off as we don't appreciate it at the beginning, like as you go through a process like that, you'll eventually get to where you are social again, or you do actually enjoy that.
Yeah. Sorry, and I do want to emphasize the programs that we offer to veterans are free of charge thanks to Department of Veteran Services. So anything that you guys need from us, we're offering that for free.
And if I'm somebody that is interested, what should I prepare for? What should I do? What should be the steps? How should I be thinking about this as I'm kind of getting prepared to want to be able to reach out and start working with you guys?
I mean, just start thinking about what you want to get out of it. We're trying to adapt it to different people's wants and needs. So if you're wanting to get like in a gym and working out more, we can offer that for you. Or if maybe you just want that social connection piece and you just want to come and meet other people, or if you're just looking for financial literacy things, start thinking about that. And that's kind of all you need to do to prepare. And so our contact is empowerment3@jmu.edu. So you can just send an email there and we'll reach back out and then get you set up on things. So.
Well, go enjoy the evening. Thank you so much for sitting down with us and have a great time.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That was awesome.
All right, so our next guest is going to come on. He's going to talk about an annual veterans soiree that happens close to Thanksgiving time. Tell the fine people who is gracing their ears for this next conversation.
Sure. So my name's Jason Cotton, and member of Salute. Spent a veteran, 27 years in the United States Army between active duty and reserve, and
Cool.
yeah, Army best choice. It's the only way to go, right?
That's it.
Yep. So decided a couple years ago that what a great way to get veterans together than to put together a hunting trip just to build that close relationship, kind of get together with some guys. You don't have to hunt, you just come hang out with us. And we've been doing it for a couple years now over in West Virginia. Been fortunate to have a property over there, the Lodestar Mountain Inn, that's gracious enough to allow us to come out there and partake in the hunting activities on about 500 acres.
And so does it start where you just happen to be going there kind of solo as a family or with a couple of guys, and then it's kind of slowly growing?
So the Lodestar does a lot of stuff for the veterans outreach and first responders, and they have a veterans retreat weekend that they put on out there just to build that relationship with God and a religious relationship with the veterans and first responders, knowing that we all face different potential struggles that bring those people close together and relate and have that bonding experience with each other.
That rules. So how do you get involved with it originally?
So I went to a veterans retreat, and I'm also in the timber products industry, and I've got to meet meet Scott over there, who is now the president of Lodestar Mountain Inn, and actually did a timber sale for him. And he's also a retired command sergeant major of the National Guard. So we've built a relationship over the years, and we started talking about this, and I proposed this idea to him, and he was all for it. So it was a great experience.
Being able to kind of start that, so you make that natural connection. So tell us, how have things evolved from, say, the first year you did it to this last year?
Yeah, I think it. First year we were a little hesitant going in. We didn't know what we were going to expect and stuff. This year we went in. We had a great time. Everybody knows what we're doing. It's just build that relationship. I think we got the kinks mostly worked out of like how we were doing the food and stuff. They got lodging for us. And we have Steve, who you guys had on the podcast here a couple weeks ago. He is our chef for the weekend. He cooks for us, and we just have that group together and just bond and have fun.
So what's lodging like? Are we sleeping in tents out in the middle of the wilderness?
It's actually really good lodging.
No, it's top tier.
It's nice. I mean, this is you look at going out to possibly a Midwest out of state hunting experience. The lodging is just as good as any of that out there. So it's free. We got that. You can only house so many individuals, but it's a great time.
And is there a certain, I don't know, signing up process that you guys kind of are getting enough people that are interested to say, or maybe there's something that's coming down the pipe where eventually you need to be like, hey, we need to kind of assess, hey, who is everybody that's interested? Who are we allowing to come?
Right. Yeah, we can't, due to the spacing of it and the lodging that we do have, we can't be open-ended. Right now we keep it to members that are in Salute and are in that participation of Salute. But that's not to say that we can't expand it out further. There's other organizations out there. There's so it's a growing process. It's something that we could probably expand further. And there's probably opportunities elsewhere that we can look into in other states as well.
I think it's a cool thing, too, to be able to let it just naturally grow. Don't force the thing. Like, let it really organically become whatever it's going to become. Now, you've talked about it. It's free. Who do we need to shout out for, like, essentially sponsoring this thing, allowing this thing to happen on an annual basis?
This is Lodestar Mountain Inn. Scott Wanger is the one that was in partnership that has allowed this to happen on the property.
Well, Scott's the man.
Yeah, it's been great. And they do a big Memorial Day celebration over in Rockingham County Fairgrounds every year that we've been part of for a long time. It's been a really good time.
That's super cool. So step us through what it looks like kind of in life in the day. What are you guys doing? When are you going out? What's the experience like? How are you setting up? What are the blinds like? Kind of walk us through what this last week, well, it was only a couple weeks ago, right? 2 weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago. It's early before Thanksgiving.
It's early.
That's the answer to your question is early.
Early.
Yeah. What, getting up?
Yeah, the getting up thing is early.
It's early, but, we're vets. We're used to that. Maybe some of us longer than others, but yeah.
Hey, I got 10 years of getting up early.
Yeah.
You done did.
Yeah.
You done did. You're early.
We've all done it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not 27 years, but
Yeah.
10 years is still early days.
We all got some more age on us now. So, no, we get up in there early. Steve's got his breakfast cooked, biscuits and gravy, eggs, I mean, it's filling. You get up and we hike up to the mountain and, we kind of know what areas we're going to hunt in and divide up in. And we get up in there and it's just hope for the best.
Hope for the best.
I mean,
Go
there's
do
lots
your
of deer
thing.
there. Lots of deer, lots of opportunities. We've been fortunate the last couple of years to kill several deer. And it provides food for us and that we share, and we provide we give some back to the full-time staff that works there at Lone Star. So yeah, it's been a good time. So you just hunt all day. You can come back when you want to the lodge, just relax. Steve will have dinner cooked for us. And then, we got TV. Maybe we're watching football.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And how many days are you guys out there?
So we've been there Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, and we have till Tuesday. We could probably have it till longer if we wanted to. But it usually, we're leaving Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening.
Well, that's awesome.
it's only about 2 hours from Waynesboro, 90 minutes from Harrisonburg.
Yep. Short trip.
And so how did we do this past year?
We did good. We walked away with 5 deer. So and then we brought them back to my place and we butchered them right there.
You butchered them right there.
We butchered them at my house. Yep.
So who's got all the knife skills?
Jason.
That would be me.
And Jason, why do you have all the knife skills?
I grew up hunting. My grandfather was a butcher on the side, and it's something I grew up knowing how to do, and I have always done it. So,
Jason's teaching me to be an amateur butcher, slowly but surely, year by year.
brought the kids up. Yeah, it's bringing everybody, teaching new skills to individuals. It just builds that. That further that's bond. I mean, we learned new things in the military, and so just continuing that tradition.
Oh, you are preaching to the choir. So in 2021, my wife and I learned, so you can order meat from Polyface, which is just up the way from us, and they'll knock off a couple of cents if you do carnal cuts. So we're like, well, we'll do a half a beef, and we'll do carnal cuts, so 4 chunks, right?
Yeah.
And so we just picked up 4 big chunks, and we did it maybe February, March,
right,
where we knew it was going to stay cold enough for long enough, because what we were about to do was YouTube how to process a cow.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. So we set out butcher paper all in our garage, and we laid out 4, essentially a side of beef, and we went methodically play, pause, rewind, play, pause, rewind. I mean, there are few to have that rewarding of an experience, to watch the cuts, do the steps, and then when I can hold ribeye that looks like real ribeye that I cut and I removed and I did all the things, I remember being like, dude, this looks just like it's supposed to.
There's a satisfaction.
It's awesome.
Right? Yeah, I mean, we're basically taking something from the field to the table in all of our own terms.
Yeah.
Right. And there's something satisfying about that at the end of the day, that you can go out there, you can find the animal, you can harvest it, process it and feed your family with it. And it's just, that is something that is, that says something for, not everybody can do that. So.
No,
I've made the joke, every day since we came back, even this year and last year. I was like, well, I know if we go out and something happens, I can at least, we'll eat. I might not be able to do a lot of other stuff, but at least we'll be able to eat.
Yep.
And that's the next step that I definitely want to be able to take, because for me, I've never processed a deer.
Yep.
I've processed hogs.
Right.
And then I went from no deer, did a hog twice, and then did a cow. And so for me, it is the next step, which is now I've killed the hogs, the cow I get to pick up.
Right.
But it's one of those things where the next step is being able to do that whole process.
Yep.
And it is. It's an important piece. It's where my wife and I talk about it all the time. We're like, we need to make sure we have enough time between February to April to where we can go do these carnal cuts again, because it's back to that skill thing,
right,
where it's like, I want to know how to do this thing just in case, because why not? It's one of those just in case skills where it's like, to be able to grab a thing and be able to make anything other than that's a steak, that's a steak, that's a steak. And then if I have power, that's ground beef.
Right.
So it's a super cool thing. So just because of Grandpa's the only reason?
Grandpa did it. We had a farm. He had a farm growing up. And we always butchered our own meat. So it from hogs to cattle to poultry. It basically is self-sustaining. I grew up with very little store-bought anything. My father managed one of the largest vegetable seed companies in the United States, and it was always, we had produce that we would always go out and pick the bumper crop rows. for produce. And so it was always self-sustaining kind of lifestyle, even though we weren't really self-sustaining, but it was more so less. Just being able to do things on your own, just how I grew up. So,
That's a beautiful thing.
Yep. It's good. And I like to teach that to other people, teach my kids that, and that's part of what drives this hunt too, is to get veterans together to go out and to learn those skills, like how to harvest deer and how to process it, and just gives them something to look forward to.
Because there's a certain level of a thing as men. So I'm from Southern California, and I didn't really properly swing a hammer until I got in college.
Mm-hmm.
That's my upbringing.
Yeah.
So there's a certain level of
right.
that all of us have different levels of,
right.
and are equally susceptible to feeling like if we don't have all of them.
Yeah.
So for me, like Brian Green, he's been on the podcast. He was a car guy, like grew up working on cars, building cars, rebuilding cars, doing all these things. So I remember being like, dude, I got to get brakes and rotors and I don't have that money. He's like, so just do them yourself.
Right.
I'm like, what does that even mean? So he's like, I'll just come over. So he comes out, he's in my driveway, right? And I now know how to do brakes and rotors.
Yep.
So I'm able to do brakes and rotors if I wanted to for all my vehicles for the rest of the time. And I've done them multiple times at this point, especially once they say rotors. Once rotors comes out of their mouth, you're like, I'll do that. Thanks. I don't need anybody else to help me do that.
Oh, yeah, because that's a cha-ching.
Oh
yeah. Moneymaker.
For sure. So I'm like, I can do that part. But there's every element of it, right? And there's an element of being able to be humble enough to be like, no, like in this area, I'm kind of I don't know anything about this. Yeah. And so for me, it's always being able to collect. For me, it's like collecting dudes that have that section of the man card that I don't have, that one I can get, but then be like, no, this is the dude for that thing.
Yeah.
And then for me, the real goal is to make my sons not deficient in any of those things, because I've given them all the men that can complete the man card.
It's like great organizations out there, right? Like they surround themselves with people the best people that specialize in their field, right? Like these CEOs don't know like the everyday tasks and what needs done to create these big, powerful organizations, but the people around them do. It's the same thing with your friendship and the people that you hold around you, You're as strong as those around you, And that goes back to like the military service, You all train together, you all sit side by side, and you all have a specialty. Well, our military is so great is because we feed on each other. We support each other. And when it's as a whole entity like that, we're unstoppable. It's the same thing in our own lives.
As long as we take those principles, right, and then apply them, it is one of we tell my oldest, I have a 15-year-old's my oldest, and we tell him all the time, it's like, dude, you're the product of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
That's right.
And so it's like, okay, if we got stoners, one of them can be that.
Yeah.
Right? We need to find other people that are not just that thing that can allow us to level up.
Well, yeah, I mean, you talk about the next generation of people. So, like, even when we go out hunt, I bring the boys out, and I think this year in one of them shooting a deer, like, I learned a lot more about who he is as a person, and his like, oh no, I understand, like, I'm going to shoot it, and then now I have to do all these other things.
Yep.
And he's okay with that.
Yep.
And he was a weird, in the garage, he was all about it.
He was right there cutting meat the whole time.
Oh yeah, he wanted to learn everything he could possibly learn in that scenario.
Yep.
Which is not something like, for him, I would say I wouldn't think he would do. It's just not something I would think he would voluntarily go do.
Yeah, it's not a given, right?
Yeah.
It always is. It's a roll of the dice. Back in 2020, we all got chickens, this group of people that I'm close to. And one of the families who had already had laying hens for years got meat chickens. So it was our first real exposure to meat chickens. So they got 50 of them. Did the tractors in their backyard, the whole nine. They're like, hey, we need help processing all these chickens. So what did we do? We went to YouTube, learned how to do it, and then we processed 50.
That's a lot of work. Chickens.
It was, but it was awesome.
Yeah.
And it was, the boys are out there who's who's going to want to be able to do the initial cut? Who's game to defeather? Who's game to, hey, we're going to make these cuts and we're going to start scraping and pulling and we're going to do all these steps. Yep. And it wasn't a guarantee or a given of like which one of the kids, because we got lots of daughters, lots of sons within all these families, who's going to be game to want to do it. And it's surprising. It's not necessarily who you'd anticipate to be like some level of connection and comfortability with doing these steps.
Oh, yeah.
That are, I don't know, they're like, it's going to sound super cheesy, but like these like kind of like sacred type steps, right? Of like feeding yourself and doing these things that are just millennia old.
Right. Yeah, it's different. You know, these kids nowadays, you know, most of them sit at home, and we're so social media driven society right now that a lot of these skills that I've learned as a kid and take for granted, like kids nowadays aren't learning that. So when you see a young individual take an interest in something like that, like that's heartwarming to me. You know, that tradition's going to live on. And I hope that changes some. You know, we got AI coming into our world structure now, and so we'll see how that plays out. But I think the most important thing that we have is going back to our traditions and how this country was founded and what the people, our founders, had to live and endure going down to this and where we are today. So I think keeping those habits and skill sets, you know, in our society is very important.
I could not agree more. It is going to be this element of, as it continues to progress, society and the economy and everything progresses in a particular direction, to have some of these elements. For me, I've always taught my boys to just balance.
Right.
I don't mind if we need to know some of these technology pieces.
Absolutely.
And have that be a part of our tools in our toolbox, but we can't allow it to be unbalanced of the quote unquote old world. We need to be able to make sure that we have these two worlds that are there, and we're equally building those skills as we go.
Yep. I agree.
Well, damn, Jason, thanks for coming on, man.
Good. It's been fun.
It's been very good. We need to have you on for a more long-form podcast, but I'll let Zach hit you up more for that. But thanks for coming in and giving us the update about the hunting trip.
Absolutely.
All right, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, so Leah, tell us about this event that's going on tonight, this Christmas benefit event that we have here at the Foundry going on for Salute.
Okay, so we have 4 acts who are coming in. They have volunteered and given their time to Salute. We're hoping any funds raised would go 100% back into Salute to help and support our veterans in the local area. If we have to support outside of the local area, we're also open to that as well. So this whole benefit is just focused on us being able to support our veterans.
And how many events do you have that's like this, like a really focused Salute event that's going on? I know you recently had a golf tournament. We now have this Christmas benefit event. Mm-hmm. Is it are we thinking like quarterly, or
Hopefully.
Is it? Yeah.
Hopefully, we're thinking quarterly. We have a couple of different organizations who put stuff together for us. So like the Wahookies did their veterans event at Plaza Antigua recently. The golf tournament was through Dynamic Aviation. So they're organizations who put in the work, and then we benefit from it, which is amazing. And then the ones here at the Foundry, the Foundry's been amazing to us. So being able to have these events here is phenomenal.
And how many events have you guys had here at the Foundry so far?
This will be our 3rd event at the Foundry, and we're hoping to have many more.
Is it always a concert-based event that you guys do here at the Foundry?
Not always. I guess if you count outside of music, we have had 4 events here because we did a veterans pinning ceremony for Vietnam veterans here as well. So one morning we came in and we pinned over 50 veterans, had over 250 people here, and was the largest pinning ceremony the VA has seen in over 3 years. And it was able to show and respect the Vietnam veterans who had come back and didn't get that when they returned. And then that night we did a benefit for Salute after that.
Well, you're moving and shaking.
I'm trying.
Like, it's great.
I'm trying. It's growing faster than sometimes I feel like I can keep up with, but it's turned into something very amazing.
And what's amazing to me is all of these partners,
Yes.
these area organizations that borderline are taking it upon themselves to want to be able to give back and to support the mission that you started not that long ago in your house, right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, it started with the brunch and the veterans wanting this idea, and then it grew from that. Now that we've have our own building, it's just continuing to grow. And I think a big thing that a lot of people jump on board with is that nobody in our organization's paid. Everybody who does what we do in our organization does it because they want to. Everybody's a volunteer. And so a lot of organizations and stuff see that, and they love that 100% of what they give goes 100% back out.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, you have so many organizations that, in the grand scheme of things, when money is donated to them, that pays somebody's salary, and then, it goes into all this corporate marketing and all these other things. But in this, you have that soul. Every dollar you put into it comes back to veterans who need it.
And the amount of things that we hear on the news nowadays where you donate to a nonprofit and 20 cents on the dollar actually goes back to the individuals or to the purpose of the actual organization, it is quite a stark contrast.
Yes. Yeah, it is. And my board members have many times asked me to take a salary, and part of the reason I never have is because if I take a salary, it then is a job. It's no longer a hobby, a passion, something I enjoy. It's something I have to go do because I'm being paid to do it. And right now it's a passion. I truly, truly enjoy supporting and helping the individuals that are involved in this organization, and just being a part of watching the movement that they're creating just with their ideas.
You guys do some silent auction items, so when people can come out here, they're coming out, they're going to pay a fee to come and be able to enjoy all the different acts that are here. You guys have, 3 to 4 acts every single year?
Yes. And the fee to get in is just donate what you can. So if you come in and $1 is all you can give, then $1 is all you can give, and that's what pays for you to get in. So it's all up to the person. If they can give, they give, and then get to be a part of all the different stuff we do here. I mean, we also have Santa Claus, different things like that. So it's just an awesome family event, not just for adults.
And over the last few years, especially for this Christmas benefit event, is it consistently, is it 2 weeks after Thanksgiving? Is that kind of the range that you're shooting for?
It is, yeah. We usually do it right here in the middle of December. Last year, ours fell literally 3 days before Christmas, so we had a bare minimum show up because everybody was still Christmas, getting ready and traveling for Christmas and stuff. But this year, we're a little bit earlier than we were last year.
That's awesome. So for listeners, as you guys plan and you're thinking about different events that you want to be able to support as the year goes on, mark it on your calendars. Christmas benefit event is going to fall kind of in the middle or somewhere in that range between Thanksgiving and Christmas Day.
Yes.
Silent auctions, live music, being able to see Santa, and I saw Mrs. Claus is also here.
Yes, she is. And it is as our youngest has put it, it is the real life Santa Claus.
The real life. I will say he is quite the legit Santa Claus for sure. Well, Leah, everyone's going to enjoy to have heard your voice. They haven't heard you since episode 1.
In a long time.
So thank you very much for being on.
Absolutely. Thank y'all.